When we imported our VTuber model, you may have noticed things looked a little weird. This is because the clipping layers from your art program didn't stay clipped after import. These layers are usually shading or textures. To fix this, we need to understand how clipping works in Live2D. If you're unfamiliar with clipping in general, the easiest way to think about it is making one layer only appear when it's in the area of another. And to do this, we need to copy the ID of one and paste it into the clipping ID box of another. The ID for an art layer can be found when you select a layer and look over to the inspector window. Here you can find the layer name and its ID. By default, Live2D will make the ID the same as the name, as long as it has no spaces or dashes. Otherwise, Live2D will make the ID art mesh plus a number counting up from 0 for every layer improperly named. The recommended way for you to name your layers is to add underscores instead of spaces in the layer name. This will make sure that every ID is named the same as the layer name, and this is important because you want to know what's clipped to what. When you go to find what's clipped, you'll see the layer name instead of something like ArtMesh47. You should also label which parts are left and right on the model, but in Live2D it's based off of the character's view. So the proper way to label these eyes would be that this one is eye_left, and then this one would be eye_right. Obviously the eye would be split into more layers, but you get the point. So to clip an art layer to another, you'll copy the ID of the layer you want to be the mask. If we want to clip the head shading to the head, we'll copy the head layer's ID because it's the mask or the area we want the shading to stay inside. So we'll copy the ID, then click over to our head_shading layer and paste the ID into the clipping ID box found in the inspector window. Now you can see that head_shading is clipped to the head and doesn't show outside the area of the head. You can also press the reverse mask button, and this will just change the mask to only displaying outside the area of our mask. And that's all there is to it. You can now clip all the different layers of your model to their masks and have it looking back to normal. There's also a lot of common issues that come along with clipping, but we created a common clipping mistakes video that you can check out, linked in the description if you're having other issues. Other than that, you're ready to move on to learning more, so I'll see you in the next lesson.